Imagine a universe where a 3-minute song can make a stadium of 50,000 people scream in perfect unison, where a teenager from a small town in Iowa can teach herself Korean just to sing along, and where the word idol means more than a statue in a museum. That universe exists, and it's called K-pop. By the time you finish this video, you'll know exactly why millions of fans around the globe treat a catchy chorus like a religious hymn, why the word stan became a verb, and why the Korean wave is crashing onto shores everywhere. Let's dive in. Definition and origin. K-pop, short for Korean pop, isn't just a genre, it's a cultural phenomenon that blends hypnotic melodies, high-energy choreography, and a visual aesthetic that could make a fashion week blush. At its core, K-pop is popular music produced in South Korea, but it's also a multi-billion-dollar industry that churns out artists who are part singer, part dancer, part actor, and part brand ambassador. The roots go back to the early 1990s, when a trio called Seo Taiji Boys dropped the track I Know in 1992. That song mixed rap, R&B, and rock, an unheard of combo in Korean radio at the time. It wasn't just a musical experiment, it was a cultural earthquake that told the Korean public, we can borrow the world's sounds and make them our own. From that seismic shift, the modern K-pop machine was born. Soon after, groups like HOTSES and Shinhwa rode the wave, delivering polished pop anthems that became the soundtrack for a generation weaned on high-speed internet and instant messaging. In short, K-pop started as a bold remix of global influences, then grew into a self-contained universe where every detail, costumes, hair color, fan service, is engineered for maximum impact. The rise of the idol machine. If you think of a factory that turns raw talent into polished performers, you've just imagined the idol machine. The term captures the rigorous, often grueling system that transforms aspiring teens into the glitzy icons you see on stage. The process begins with auditions, sometimes held in subway stations, sometimes in massive casting calls across Asia. Those who make the cut become trainees, essentially apprentices under a record label. The training can last anywhere from a few months to over a decade. Imagine practicing dance moves until 2 a.m., then hitting vocal drills at sunrise, all while maintaining a diet that would make a monk weep. That's a typical day in the life of a K-pop trainee. Major companies, SM Entertainment, JYP Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and later Hybe, formerly Big Hit, have perfected this assembly line. They decide everything. The group's concept, the number of members, the color of the hair, the angle of the mic, even the fans' nicknames. It's a mix of creative direction and industrial precision, akin to a well-oiled factory where the gears are made of glitter and high notes. A key part of the machine is the produce system. Shows like Menet's Produce 101 let viewers literally vote trainees into a group, creating a sense of ownership for fans. The resulting groups, IZ*ONE, 101, IOI, often debut with a built-in fan base that feels personal because they helped pick the members. This hybrid of talent show and reality TV turned the idol machine into a cultural engine that fuels both music and fan engagement. And let's be honest, the word idol in Korean, idol, originally meant a celebrity, but in K-pop, it has become a title that implies a lifestyle. Part performer, part brand, part family. The idol machine isn't perfect. It's been criticized for overwork, strict contracts, and the pressure it places on mental health. But it's also the reason K-pop can produce dozens of groups each year, each with a distinct flavor, ready to conquer charts worldwide. Music and production. K-pop songs are crafted to get stuck in your head like a catchy jingle you can't shake. The secret? A mix of the hook, that irrepressibly memorable chorus, and a production style that treats each track like a mini-movie. Producers like Shinsadong Tiger, Park Jin-young, J.Y. Park, and the legendary Wallace, who's behind many BTS hits, blend genres as if they're painting with a rainbow. You'll hear EDM drops, hip-hop verses, R&B bridges, and even Latin rhythms all in one track. The result is a sonic melting pot that feels both familiar and exotic. A typical K-pop song follows a formula that's become almost scientific. A rap verse that sets the mood, a pre-chorus that builds tension, a massive chorus that releases dopamine, and a bridge that gives the vocalists a moment to show off. Auto-tune and vocal processing are used not to hide flaws, but as stylistic tools. Think of the robotic warble that adds a futuristic edge to many title tracks. Choreography is equally vital. The synchronized dance moves are a visual hook that translates well on YouTube, where fans loop the same 4-second clip until they've memorized every foot shift. Groups like EXO and 17 are famous for their complex formations, where members switch positions in the blink of an eye, making each performance feel like a living optical illusion. Music videos are mini blockbusters, loaded with high-budget sets, CGI, and plot twists that keep fans guessing. The video for Psy's Gangnam Style may have launched K-pop into the global consciousness, but today's MV budgets can rival Hollywood teasers. The result? A multi-sensory experience that keeps audiences hitting replay, streaming, and buying. If you're vibing with this, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite K-pop comeback, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the world of music, science, history, and many other topics. Let's keep the wave rolling. Global expansion and fan culture. K-pop's climb from Korean TV to worldwide trending lists is a story of strategic global outreach and an unstoppable fan army. The early 2000s saw the first wave of Hallyu, the Korean wave, splash across East Asia. Groups like TVXQ and Super Junior won massive followings in Japan, China, and Taiwan, proving that language barriers could be overcome with catchy hooks and polished visuals. When YouTube launched in 2005, it became the ultimate bridge. Fans could upload subtitles, fan-made lyric videos, and reaction clips, turning a regional trend into a global one. By the mid-2000s, BTS and BLACKPINK broke the Western market wide open. BTS's Love Yourself series topped the Billboard 200, and BLACKPINK's Do 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 became the most watched K-pop video on YouTube at the time. Social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, allowed fans to create a constant buzz, trending hashtags in seconds, and organizing streaming parties that could crash a server. The fan culture is a phenomenon in itself. Stans, a portmanteau of stalker and fan, are known for their dedication. They buy multiple album versions to boost chart numbers, organize worldwide fan art projects, and even crowdfund billboards in Times Square. The term ARMY, BTS's fandom, has become a brand within a brand, generating merchandise, fan-run charities, and coordinated social media campaigns. Fan chants, where audiences shout a group member's name in unison during a song's break, are a hallmark of K-pop concerts. Imagine a stadium of 50,000 people screaming Jin in perfect rhythm. It's both terrifying and electrifying. This level of engagement creates a feedback loop. The more fans engage, the more the industry invests, and the bigger the productions become. And the community is truly global. In a small town in Brazil, a group of teenagers formed a K-pop cover crew, mastering the choreography of a boy group they'd never met, just by watching videos on a smartphone. That's the power of the K-pop fanbase. It transcends geography, language, and even time zones. Cultural impact and controversies. K-pop's influence goes far beyond music. It's a soft power juggernaut that shapes fashion, language, and even diplomatic relations. South Korea's government has officially recognized the economic and cultural value of the Korean wave, funding cultural centers and exporting K-pop as a diplomatic tool. BTS has met with the United Nations Secretary General, performed at the Grammy Awards, and addressed the US Congress on youth mental health. These moments cement K-pop's role as a cultural ambassador. Yet the industry is not without its shadows. The intense training schedules have sparked debates over worker rights, with former trainees speaking out about sleep deprivation and inadequate compensation. Mental health concerns are rampant. Several idols have taken hiatuses for anxiety or depression. shining a spotlight on the pressure that comes with fame. Plagiarism accusations surface regularly. Songs that sound suspiciously similar to Western hits or to each other. The line between inspiration and imitation can blur, leading to legal disputes that sometimes end in public apologies. Cultural appropriation is another hot topic. When a group borrows elements from African, indigenous, or other cultures, whether in hairstyles, clothing, or dance moves, fans and critics weigh in, sometimes accusing the industry of tokenism. The conversation is ongoing, and many agencies have started hiring cultural consultants to navigate these waters more respectfully. Then there's the sasaeng phenomenon, obsessive fans who stalk, harass, or even leak private information about idols. This illegal side of fandom has forced agencies to beef up security and lobby for stronger legal protections. All these controversies reflect a growing pains phase. As K-pop becomes a global heavyweight, it must confront the ethical complexities that come with mass production and mass worship. The future of K-pop. If you think K-pop has already peaked, think again. The industry is already experimenting with new technologies, sounds, and business models that could reshape the next decade. First, the rise of virtual idols. HYBE's AI-driven group K/DA, a fictional band featuring characters from League of Legends, and the eerily lifelike Eternity Project show that digital personas can draw millions of views. In the future, you might watch a concert where a holographic idol performs alongside a human group, blurring the line between reality and simulation. Second, AI-generated music is making strides. Algorithms can now compose a pop hook, generate choreography, and even produce a music video in a matter of hours. While the human touch remains irreplaceable, AI will likely become a collaborative tool, helping producers brainstorm ideas or tailor songs for specific markets. Third, the market is diversifying. New labels are emerging beyond the big three, focusing on indie pop, rock, and experimental genres. This means more variety. You'll hear K-pop tracks that lean into Latin reggaeton, Afrobeat, or even traditional Korean folk instrumentation, expanding the sonic palette beyond the standard EDM pop formula. Fourth, global collaboration is accelerating. We're already seeing cross-border projects, K-pop idols featuring with Western artists like Halsey, Steve Aoki, or Dua Lipa. In the future, expect more co-writes, joint tours, and maybe even a joint K-pop Latin Grammy category. Finally, fan experiences are becoming more immersive. Virtual reality concerts, interactive apps, and blockchain-based fan tokens are turning passive viewers into active participants. Imagine owning a digital badge that lets you vote on the next comeback's concept, or attending a VR fan meet where you can high-five your bias in real time. In short, the future of K-pop is a blend of cutting-edge tech, expanding cultural crossroads, and a fan base that will continue to push boundaries. The wave isn't crashing, it's turning into a tidal swell. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of K-pop, be sure to like the video, share it with your fellow ARMY or Blink, and subscribe to the channel for more stories about the music, the madness, and the magic. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new episode. And if you want to explore another genre, drop a comment below telling us what's next. Maybe J-pop, Latin pop, or the rise of African hip-hop. We'll see you in the next one. Bonus fact. Here's a little tidbit to impress your friends. The longest-running K-pop group in history is Shinhwa, debuting in 1998 and still releasing music and performing as a 6-member group today, making them the only act to survive the entire modern K-pop era without any lineup changes. That's over a quarter century of consecutive activity.